Okay, so let me, before we start the training session, what is HFM? HFM? Quickly brief you about the training program. What the training program is all about. The training program is basically designed for primarily for technical user and secondly for functional user, because I myself is not a functional user. So HFM training program consists of what are the job roles we map to and what tools we are going to learn and what kind of questions we are going to address. Job profiles. Primarily this training consists of job roles, HFM developer, HFM developer, what are job roles a developer has, I'll be going in detail level subsequently. This is primary skills, and FR developer is a secondary skill called financial reporting. So we call it primary skill and then we call secondary skill. Now there are secondary skills, there's another skill comes under that. We'll covering in some large enterprise, maybe your role is confined to writing rules, writing calculation, your role confined to preparing reports, your role may confine to monitoring and ensuring the consistency of data with FTQM. So your primary role would be whatever you do, it would be always HFM developer, and secondary role could be your, maybe you're more specific to financial reporting, desktop reporting using smart view, or maybe you are a developer for HFM, FDQF. This is primary secondary skills. Your the training map too. So at the end of the session, you can place yourself as HFM developer. What tools you are going to learn? The programming, HiPN training, HFM tool. We design the course in such a way that it meets the current job requirements, what current is going on, which consists of dealing with a complex data model, capturing data from different disparate system and all. So we'll start our training with HFM introduction and application implementation, application development. So we learn all what is HFM, how to prepare application, what artifacts are involved in HFM implementation. So HFM creating of application, not just technically how to create this, but also we understand how to capture the business requirement before you create application. What are the various information you take from the business when you create application. So I'm more inclined towards the problem solving rather than teaching a tool. That's the difference. This is what I want to pay attention. The focus area would be understanding to business problem and addressing the business problem by creating an application. Second, we'll talk about data consistency and dealing with the data anomalies. We'll be using a tool called FGQM Financial Data Quality Management. It is very extensive. There would be 15 sessions for the same. HFM would have close to 20 sessions, 1 or 2 sessions here and there, depends upon that. Sometime on weekend we have extended sessions. FGQM would be extensive because the one most challenging and time-consuming affair is to deal with the data inconsistency. How to address this, we'll be focusing over here in FTQM. So after first week, the second week onwards, you would have 2 classes, one for HFM and another one for FTQM. There will be 2 people involved in the training program for FTQM and HFM. HFM would be taken by me and FTQM would be taken by somebody else. And then we talk about data integration. Data integration, there are various techniques various companies use. Depends upon various factors, the license, your businesses are, it is spread across complete geography across the globe, or you're confined to one language, one currencies. There are various factors influences, but we assume you're working in most complicated business environment where your data is spread across various products. We'll talk about data integration using Oracle Data Integrator. will you focus only ODI introduction and how metadata management is done. These are two important things we are going to talk about. My primary focus is that if you are building your Hyperion solution on top of your legacy application, SAP, JD Edward, ERP, any solution, at least being a Hyperion developer, you should be able to communicate with data model team, data integration team. So the basic push and the most required information about data integration and pulling metadata from disparate sources. We'll talk about Oracle Data Integrator. It's a some part of it. And here comes to the reporting section. In HFM, there are multiple ways of reports. There's called internal reporting. Internal reporting, which is done in HFM itself. You don't need an additional reporting solution. It's like a internal reporting, like you are doing intercompany transaction report, your minority interest report. There are many reporting solutions built in reporting solution. And then we talk about statutory reporting. Statutory reporting will be more focused about, there will be 4 to 5 sessions on this. We'll be using HFM financial report. HFM financial report will talk about how your financial reporting connect to HFM, how do you build the report, all kind of reporting we'll discuss about. Ad hoc, where business user gives the requirement on ad hoc basis. Self-service report, we design the report and we allow the business user to prepare report on their own. And then we'll talk about statutory reporting requirement. Maybe you are using International Financial Reporting Standard. They define the reporting template. If you are a technical user, there are a lot of compliances are being used in HFM. You may not be knowing all of them, right? So ideally, a reporting wireframe or template given by the business, and they say we need report in this format. So based on a template, your functional user, they work as a bridge between the technology and the business people. They create a template and they give it to us. So based on a template, we design the report. And then we talk about called management reporting. Management reporting is like for internal reporting, among the company itself. We'll be doing management reporting through SmartView. If you look at the complete package, the overall idea of the training program is to make the resource productive. So we have made everything in a very rational combination of all the products so that whatever is your primary role, you focus on that as well. If there are issues associated with data integration and all this, at least you know what is what, and further based in your job you can do things. The real learning in the real world only do in the real job. This is all various component of HFM. The most important aspect which I always focus on, the training is productive only if you practice. If you don't practice, the training is not going to be productive. Right? For me, it doesn't make any difference. I'll come and deliver class, but it makes a difference. So how do we assist you to make the practice? We work on 2 versions of Hyperion. Again, to understand Hyperion Financial Management EPMA, to in-sync the training with the current need. So one version is for a classic application. Classic application is being used from old days. We used to have a product called Hyperion Enterprise before HFM. So Hyperion Classic Application Management will talk about. To backward compatibility, it goes from 4x version till now. And another version which Oracle is recommending to use it. If you go by Oracle traditional Oracle University training program, they teach only EPMA. So another one is EPMA application development. Excuse me, sorry. So EPMA application has certain limitation for enterprise performance management architecture. Still big limitation is that some component is a window based. Therefore, this is my therefore well accepted by industry. But because Oracle, wherever Oracle have made their own implementation, they build a hybrid solution and build the EPMA solution. So EPMA implementation at large enterprise level, I've not seen much. There may be few. So classic application or EPMA application, this is solely company choice based on license, based on resources and various other factors. In our training program, we'll complete covering both of them because subsequent release, it may not be confined to Windows. It may be it might be solution based on Unix and all. Which version we work on? We work on, primarily I work on HFM 11.1.1.3. There are two obvious reasons. First, my expertise is 11.1.1.3. Second is more robust, introduced 3 years back. So they are relatively less patch. In last 2 years, they introduced 11.1.1.2, 11.1.2 called Talleyrand, 11.2.1 called PS1, and again in January there's another version about to come, 11.1.2 something PS2 version. It's a relatively old. More companies are relied on this, and whenever new product comes, generally we have a beta client, and for first 1 year there are a lot of patches about to come. So we cannot give a solution to our 10,000 user. We cannot give a solution to the 10,000 users, the product which is being evolved, So every second we need to apply some patch to make the product over.